So let's get right into it. People need to stop having kids in poverty and setting their kids up for failure. As someone who had a bum as a father, a dad who didn't have a career or didn't do anything, I know firsthand how it affects your life. And we can just look at it overall from society and what we know, how having kids in poverty or having poor parents affected your life. Because, like I always like to say, a lot of excuses get made when it comes to money or being successful, or when you hear people complaining about money or complaining about their life. People always say take self accountability, and I'm a huge accountability person. I am more so conservative than I am liberal. I am one of the people that do think that people is lazy, blah blah blah, and you should work harder, all of that. But at the same time, one thing that no one can dispute, I don't care who you is, all of you pull yourself up by the bootstraps, can't deny, and that's another video that I made called You Didn't Get to Choose Your Parents or Your Family, which is true. No matter what nobody says, no no matter what no conservatives say, or one or people who always put it and blame it on the person. One thing that they can't deny is that you didn't pick your parents and you didn't pick your family. And some people was dealt a better hand than other people. Some people just so happen to be born into a good family, a good situation to where they don't have to worry about working so hard and working 22 hours and 7 days a week and working two and three jobs. Some people, just because of the mere fact of who they was born to, who they parents are, they didn't have to deal with that. So that's the one thing I always want to take into consideration with this, is that life isn't fair, and you can't always put it on a person and say it's their self-responsibility, when one of the most important things that dictates a person's life is who their appearance is and where they was born and everything else. So that's the only thing that I want to talk about today, because usually I'm on the other side attacking people, telling black people stop making excuses, stop blaming the white man. But this topic is the one time I'm going to give people sympathy, because it is true. And I want to talk about people. So could this could go for people who already didn't have kids in poverty, and hopefully this mainly reach people who haven't had kids yet, especially the younger generation. I always said this: if you have your kids in the hood, you're setting them up for failure. Or we can talk about the trailer park and all that, but I'm going since I'm black, I'm going to touch on the hood first. I always say this: if you raising your kid, I don't care how good of a person, or even if you in a two-parent household, having your kids in the hood is setting them up for failure, because you're putting them in an environment where there's nothing but negativity. And I don't understand why people like don't get this. Like, people love champion being from the hood and all of this. There's nothing good about raising your kids where there's the highest rate of crime. Like, that's stupid to me. And I never understood that. You send your kids to the worst school, you know that the school has the worst funding, so you send your kid up for failure, to where even if you take care of your kid, now you have to worry about your kid getting robbed by another kid who doesn't have nothing. Like, you all around send your kid up for failure, especially if you're in a single parent household. That's why I always put the responsibility on the women. And I don't understand why. Like, and we need to get women to start thinking about this when they're younger instead of older. Instead of, oh, I'm just young and having fun, but you're not thinking about the effects long term and the effects that you have on your kid. And I'm starting to really think most of y'all don't care about y'all kids. People, this is what I noticed. People will say that they love their kids or they love this person, but actions speak louder than words. You could say you love your kid all day, but if you really love your kid, when you have set them up for success, this is what I'm not understanding. Y'all have kids knowing that y'all don't have no college fund ready for y'all kid. Y'all don't have no car ready for y'all kid. Y'all like no business ready for y'all kid. Most of y'all don't even have life insurance. Like, it's crazy how much people set their kids up for failure, especially women. And I'm sorry that it comes down to y'all because y'all the one that y'all know that y'all hold the responsibility of the kid. Every woman should know that things can go left and the kid gonna be on me. Before you give birth, that's why women have the choice of abortion now. You should know anything can happen with this dude. I gotta make sure that my kid gonna be taken care of regardless. And this is why I always say I don't blame women for being gold diggers. People get mad, broke dudes, y'all broke niggas, y'all get mad, but it is what it is. To tell the truth, no woman like women. I don't want to go as far as to say is that only rich people should have kids, because I know that's the thing that's been said before, or not even rich, just even financially stable. I do believe that only financially stable people should have kids. And women, a woman, you should not be having a kid with a man that you know don't have a career or have nothing going on. Because yes, he could switch up and y'all could break up, but you should at least ensure that your kid is going to be taken care of. Why are you having dudes like it's crazy? Like women, like it's women out here having kids with dudes who they know don't have a job. When he got you pregnant, he ain't had no damn job or no car. He was living with his mama when you got you pregnant. Why the fuck would you still have this kid? And that's what I'm saying. It's like y'all don't love and care about y'all kids. Because if you did, you would set them up to win in life, not to fail in life. Like y'all literally set y'all kids up for failure. And we already know broke people have more kids than anybody. And it's just like my whole point is this is that it's selfish. I never thought about it that way, but a lot of people have kids for selfish reasons, and y'all really don't care about y'all kid for real. Because I don't believe in abortion, but you believe in raising your kids in poverty. Your kids worried about how they gonna eat, where they gonna sleep at. Y'all got y'all kids to be fucking two, three kids to a room. Your kid not, can't even have their own room. And y'all think that this is acceptable and okay. Your kid never had no fucking privacy his entire life. Now I know some of y'all are saying amen to this because it's true. And it be even so bad. There's kids who grew up in the motherfucking living room, never had a room in their life. They had to sleep in the living room or in the basement or in the corner because they whole ass mama chose to have a bunch of kids that she couldn't afford. Like this have to, I'm sorry, this have to stop. You need to be worried about if you don't have no money, like they say. I'm some of this already been said before, but I need to drive this home because it's not being taken seriously enough. If you if you don't have your stuff together, you don't need to be fucking. I'm sorry. And this is in part the government for it, like they say, because the government incentivizes, like we already know, food stamp welfare, like the government makes it to where they'll take care of you just enough to survive and be lazy and not have to do nothing. So this is really the government fault that y'all want to give uh women 500 and $1,000 in food stamps and $28 rent for their bad decisions. And I'm sorry, like you could call it hating or whatever, but I do truly believe that like taxpayer, like we shouldn't have to pay for your bad decision. Like kids is something that you chose to have. You chose to carry the kid for 9 months. Why do we have to pay for that? I'm sorry. Like I just don't feel like that's the right thing. Like with anything, like if I choose to do something, if I choose like the same, like if I choose to have a pet or a dog or a cat, how can I expect for other people to take care of that? I don't even know how the government even came up with this, but I know that they thinking about the kids because what happened is that people simply have sympathy for the kid because we understand that it's not the kid fault. So the government look at it, well, we taking care of the kid, but at the same time as you taking care of the kid, you enabling the mom bad behavior. And if y'all care about the kid that much, I'm sorry, y'all need to start taking these kids. More kids need to be taken from their parents. I'm sorry. And you can say whatever is messed up, but y'all ruining y'all kids. A lot of kids, when I think about the crime rate, and I'm gonna end it with this. The reason why the world is messed up, we look at mental illness and the crime rate and people going crazy, is we already know the studies already show not all of the time because there is kids and people who came from good households who ended up still being fucked up. But we know majority of the time these kids had trauma in their life. They came from poverty. They came from single parent households. They came from a family of mental illness. We know this. The studies already show when what I'm saying is true. The reason why a lot of our society is messed up is because a crackhead can have a kid with an alcoholic. And that's why I said there's no anybody can have a kid. People with mental illness have kids. And we just allow these people to have kids and raise kids and fuck up society. That's why society is messed up. Because anybody can have kids. Two broke people can have kids, knowing that they can't afford it. Now this kid, when it grows up, and that's why I always say, when you don't have stuff in order for your kids gonna have to grow up to rob and steal. Your daughter gonna have to grow up to sell pussy and ass. That's what happens when you have kids in poverty and you not setting your kids up for success. Y'all don't think about while y'all raising your kids in poverty and in the hood trying to make it day to day to take care of these kids. Y'all not thinking long term. When these kids get older and nothing is planned for them, they have to get a regular job, and a lot of them gonna have to be forced to commit crimes in order to survive. A lot of y'all set y'all kids up for failure. Y'all don't love y'all kids, and I'm fucking out.